Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show where after the collision, we sift through
the wreckage.
Boy.
I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, the best in the world, Jamie the Veteran, and he is our co-host, the magnanimous, the glorious Professor Chabelo Vera Cruz. Boys, welcome back to your guys' show. How you guys feeling? And Ben, I'll ask you first, how did you like that little intro by our very own Big Ray Hernandez? There was a lot of wreckage in that intro, which I actually appreciated.
It's about as good of an intro as you could ever hope to have.
Absolutely. Prof, are you a fan of all that wreckage, boy?
The only thing, I nitpick a little bit, but, I call Big Ray executive producer extraordinaire for the Reflection. So shout outs to Big Ray for doing this. I'll give it an A-. The only thing I needed was more hazmat people, more people with hazmat suits and then going in there. We got enough of AEW matches to, sit through the wreckage, but I just need more hazmat people. I need like Alex Jones and more conspiracy and like Joe Rogan podcast. Like, what's going on here? Just something that makes it seem like we're sitting through a lot of wreckage here. But again, I'm just nitpicking, Ray. I love it. That's only my little nitpick.
No, absolutely, man. And just quietly, I just want to wish Big Ray a happy birthday for yesterday. I think he turns a big 5-0, as a matter of fact, wasn't it, boys?
That's right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So from all of us here, happy birthday, Ray. We love you. We appreciate you. And thanks for the little package that you made for us, man. We're very appreciative of that. And have fun in Puerto Rico, too, by the way.
Jimmy, you just said thank you for Ray's little package. Wait, there's too much information. Whoa. Save that for the private DMs of him. I don't want to know about the little package. I don't know about any package. That's on y'all.
You've known him the longest out of all of us, man. All right, so I'm sure you've seen his little package before.
Whoa. Shit.
Anyway, enough of the talk about packages and little packages. We are here to sift through wreckages, that is. And before we do get into that, Vet, how you been, man? How's your week been? You're obviously much better than you ever been. You're not sick anymore. You were not sick last week, but now you're 100% better, so I'm happy for that.
That's right. I'm back, and I am ready to cook, fellas. We're not just going to sift. We're going to cook today.
Pissed. He's really pissed. Prof, how have you been, man? How's your week been, bro?
Week's okay. We trug along, and it's Revolution Sunday. I mean, I'm excited to stay up all hours of the night and all that stuff. So you can see the glowing smile on my face.
I was going to say that, J12. Jimmy talking about packages. He said, why you gay, meme? And believe me, Big Ray would have put the rainbow flag up and said that's gay. So I guarantee you, if you heard it, that's what he would have said.
J12 heard it. J12 heard it. That's all that matters. See? Told you, Jimmy.
This text is saying the flagship show on this channel. We appreciate that, dude. That means the world to us. And hello, Alexa, straight from Deutschland in Germany. Obviously, Germany. I said Deutschland, which is Germany in German. Thank you for joining us, Alexa. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, boys, let's get into some news, shall we? I like to say this is the clean sheets, but there's been a bit of dirty things going on around the worldwide wrestling web. And let's start with the Ring of Honor thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about this, but apparently a referee had a seizure in the middle of the ring thanks to a cross-body spot in Higher Valley Wrestling. Vet, what's going on there, man? Did he have a fit due to that, cross-body, or was it just, bad luck, I guess?
Yeah, I think it was bad luck. I didn't actually see the clip.
Neither
I know this clip was going around, and the reason that it was going around is because you had a real incident of this kid having a seizure, and the match, I guess, just went on around him because they just assumed he was selling it. But again, without watching the clip, I don't want to comment on it, but I feel like you should probably know the difference. And I know that anybody that, like, if there's a spot where you're supposed to take somebody out, you know what I mean? A lot of times, depending on the situation or whatever, especially if it's a referee who's like not, a lot of the referees are trained, but they still, they're a referee for a reason. So they will, like if I hit somebody with something like a referee, as we're down there, I probably ask him like, you all right? So I don't know what happened there. If he wasn't able to communicate, obviously he's having a seizure. It's not just going to be the easy thing, but then I also think that doesn't look like normal selling. So again, without having seen the clip, everybody's being taken to task for this, and probably rightly so. But that's all I feel comfortable saying without watching it with my own two eyes.
Yeah, I haven't watched it with my two eyes either. Prof, I don't know if you did, but if you did it look bad? And whose fault is this, really? If you got to blame someone, I mean, seems like a lot of miscommunication going on in OVW.
It's funny because it's not even an OVW thing, Jimmy. It's a whole wrestling thing. I think behind the scenes, when you practice and you have those, like, let's say like those OVW meetings like Bet had back in the days without the crowd and all that stuff, you plan for certain things, like the precautions, the protocols and stuff like that. But then when shit happens in front of hundreds of people, when shit happens on live TV or whatever the case may be, I'll use it for example. Let's go back all the way back to 1997, SummerSlam 97. Owen Hart spike pile drive Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin was paralyzed for maybe about a minute or 90 seconds, right? Yeah. Were they at fault for what they were doing? Again, you can't plan for a lot of things. You can only do the best you can with the situation that happened. I could go back to 99 with Owen Hart tragically falling. Same shit. Protocols.
That's fucked up though. Let's be honest.
Again, no. I'm just saying, but there's a lot of things that we can talk. AEW a couple of years ago, I don't know, was it a referee or I'm going to use Marco Stunt as an example. And apologies to everybody. It's a sloppy thing. I'm just using him as an example. What if he got some wrestler got hit to the ground and then they just continued the match? So the same shit happens. We could all talk about protocols. We could all talk about preparations. But when the shit hits live, people, I'm not going to say freak out, but they just don't follow the protocols until after the fact. So Al Snow put out a presser saying, we always prepare. We always want the safety of our wrestlers and our referees and shit like that. That's beautiful.
And he froze.
But it happens. I mean, so shit could go down tonight for Revolution, guys. And, things can be, again, as fans, I don't want to be a Monday morning quarterback. So I'm not going to say anything really. That's the thing. That's my position. But, I don't want it to happen, but shit happens. So was OVW at fault for not, doing the right thing for their referee? Yeah, I can say that after the fact. The referee's fine. He's in the hospital recuperating. So I think that's the best way I'm going to say it. That's the positive. if the shit was so negative after the fact, then maybe I would be more upset at Al Snow and OVW. But I'm trying to keep a positive spin on this.
Right. No, that's fair enough. And hopefully he's all right. It seems like it could be an underlining sort of thing that he might have had that he didn't know about for we know, and that triggered it. But anyway, like hopefully he's all right, and I'm sure he is, like you said, Prof. And things get back to normal. Now it's been a slow news week, to be honest, fellas. To be fair, as you say, Prof. But not that you guys give a shit, but I'm going to say it anyway. But Mr. Nina Hamburguesa from AAA has been released. Anyone care about Mr. Hamburger? Anyone?
Well, we talked about this on the Next Level Wrestling review, where apparently he felt the need to elbow a fan in the face, which is kind of funny when you see it, because it's like the elbows are half-hearted and the guy's fine, but I guess the fan was talking shit, so he just good old Nino went over there and just sat on the guy and threw some lazy elbows at him just to, just be like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Was he making hamburgers, maybe?
Maybe. Could. No, definitely not. But I'll say this. Yeah, just obviously don't touch a fan for a lot of reasons. Even if we know all the obvious ones, like lawsuits and, whatever, just common courtesy. From a pro wrestling standpoint, this is the reason that you never put your hands on a fan. Okay? I guess it doesn't matter now because we're in the Unreal era, but let's just say at a certain point in time, you don't put your hands on a fan for this important reason. The fan is not going to sell what you do. So if you slap a fan or give them these little elbows, or if you do these things, right? They're just going to stand there and laugh at you. You know what I mean? They're not going to sell what you do. So you're buried the moment you do that. Because now I got to believe that you're going in there and you're fighting for your life, in a competitive sport. But this Mark that's sitting in the front row, you couldn't even slap the smile off his face. So that's why you don't do it. That's why the wrestler don't do it. But then there's also all those other things as well. The legality of it. So, there's no upside. There's zero upside to putting your hands on a fan. As Senor Hamburguesa found out, as he's now going to have to see if CMLL's got room in the best promotion in the world for some fat comedy wrestler.
And what do they call him? A junior burger, basically. Like a kid burger. El Nino isn't the kid.
Burger Kid? It's Hamburger Kid. It's basically.
It'd be better if it was a junior burger, though, like a junior Whopper, Burger King.
Yeah.
Jimmy, don't overanalyze this. And this was the exact reason why Road Dogg quit. That was it. That's the thing. That's true. He was so into him not doing what he was doing for at AAA that he quit. He just said, fuck it, I'm leaving.
Anyway, Mr. Where are you there? Alice loves pugs. Are you calling me the shark in Spanish, pretty much? Are you calling me Earthquake or something like that? But anyway,
I'm a man, Jimmy T.
I'm a real man. There's already a cheeseburger in wrestling. That's true. And where is he now? He's been fried, pretty much. He's done.
If you combine Nino Hamburguesa and cheeseburger, you'll have a normal size human.
You have a quarter pounder.
Now, Labra says CMLL has LA Park. Is that true? Because I was Googling LA Park and I could not find where this guy has worked. He seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth. Maybe his sons do a little something with him, but I'm having trouble finding LA Park these days because I want to hire him. I want him to come to the WWE all fat and everything and start a cooking show with Danhausen.
Hey, we can call it LA Parkhausen or something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, curse hour.
Yeah. Hey.
Whether you're a curse hour.
But didn't he pass away, LA Park? Or was it
no. God damn it. Nobody understands the whole situation.
Wait a minute. I didn't get
the La Parka number 2
Right.
passed away. LA Park is La Parka number 1. He's still alive.
And that's the OG La Parka from WCW, correct?
Yes. And now he is LA Park, and he has 2 sons. You know, LA Park Jr. and El Hijo de LA Park.
Is it really?
Yes. Yeah, and they kind of wear the similar costume and everything. And now the La Parka that's in AAA now is a completely third guy that they got to replace the guy that passed away.
This sounds like
and he sucks, by the way.
Dudley's in Mexico. That's all it is. This is a
Kinda.
He's Big Dick Dudley instead, like he's tall but skinny, not so wide. But in saying that, then let me get this straight. Why is there 2 LA, like there's LA Park and La Parka? Is this obviously some sort of court thing? Like, how did that even happen?
Because the gimmick is owned.
Right, by one promotion.
Yes. So he can't call himself La Parka anymore. So he came up with a rib name to call himself that's close enough that people will do it. So, but back when it was only 2 of them, or when I don't even know, like when he started calling himself LA Park, I don't know if they had already replaced him yet. You know, like, I don't know who came first. Did LA Park come first, or did La Parka 2 come first? I don't know that. I mean, somebody could find out. But the point is, wait, what is the point? Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hami Knights, welcome.
Oh, because Labrat said. That's why.
We're sifting through the LA Park gimmick. I didn't even realize this.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. And like I said, it's a slow news week, man, for real. There's not really much to really talk about. I will give an update, I guess, on Conan and his allegedly amputation of his leg. But let's see what it says here. So, Dave Meltzer reported in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter that the news in Mexico this past week was that Conan had one of his legs amputated and the other leg is in serious danger of the same happening due to health problems. Meltzer reported that Conan is still hospitalized and has been the case for him for about the past 6 weeks. Wow. Conan's current health problems reportedly was the reason why Rey Mysterio recently replaced Conan for the English commentary team for Triple R's shows. Meltzer also reported that Conan's leg amputation situation is yet to be officially confirmed by Conan, WWE, or Triple R, but those spoken to did not deny the rumors of it. Vet, can we confirm this time it's real, or are we still speculating?
No, you literally just said you can't confirm it.
Right.
Which is exactly what I said when we talked about this news the first time. I was like, I haven't heard anybody actually say this other than a bunch of Mark websites, you know? And even it may be true, but until he comes out. But Conan was doing his podcast still. So from the hospital.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And there was a new episode last week, and everybody was writing into the mailbag and saying, you know, get better soon, and we hope your health problems, you know, you recover and all this stuff. And he didn't comment on any specifics, but when somebody brought up the leg, Conan said, like, he said, I don't want to say anything right now because it's not finished. There's still procedures that have to get done. So I'd rather just talk about it when everything's done rather than update it. So he didn't confirm or deny it. But as of what we know, you know, that's the situation. He was fine enough to do some segments of Keeping It 100 still from the hospital with nurses coming in, doing run-ins, and you know, so he's at least in that good of a condition. But yeah, so like, if somebody has some inside information and they leaked this to start with, they probably weren't supposed to do that, right?
Yeah.
So if they had a source with Conan before, I doubt they ever will again, right?
100%. If it's legit, yeah. And I am leaning towards it's real, to be honest. I mean, it seems like it, but yeah, screw him. Whoever he leaked it to.
If
Obviously,
if he's healthy enough to record, then he's healthy enough right now. So that's the thing. Keep a positive spin on things. That's all that matters right now. So, you know, we'll deal with it when we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Labra says last night on AAA, they just wished him a recovery, a happy recovery, I assume he means. but no update.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure whatever is going on or has been going on, he will eventually talk about it on Keeping It 100. So just keep your ears peeled. Is that a phrase? To listen to,
yeah, it is.
To listen to what he officially says.
Yeah, I mean, well, whatever the case, he's obviously in hospital, which is legit, and we obviously wish him a speedy recovery. But like you said, Prof, if he's still doing Keeping It 100, he's good enough, man. Like, he's healthy enough, obviously, to do it. So we'll see what happens. Until he releases the official thing, we won't know for sure. But
yeah, he's still talking about Raw and SmackDown on there. Like, if I was in the hospital, I had to watch Raw and SmackDown like that, I would flatline myself. So he must be tough.
No, Vet, Raw and SmackDown is anesthesia. It's the health. It's a natural anesthesia. You don't need
I see
chemicals.
Not for me. My blood pressure goes way up. So
Speaking
of which, that's a great transition to something that I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
you know, so I want to offer an apology to Mr. Road Dogg Brian James, because I just watched this past episode of SmackDown and yeah, can we get Road Dogg back, please?
Wait,
that's what you're gonna do after all that shit? That's what you're gonna do, guys. Like, can Randy Orton be a heel?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Is it even possible at this point, or is he just at that elevated status where it's like, we're not gonna boo you, and if you try to make us boo you, we will boo the booking, but we're not gonna boo Randy Orton? Like, they were Randy chants as he's bludgeoning Cody. I'm sure they picture that going differently in their minds, you know? But I'm just watching that for one example, and I'm just like, really? That's what we're doing? We're doing that, huh?
It was really that bad. I haven't watched SmackDown yet because, you know, I'm planning on watching it before I do this week in WWE. Was it really that bad though, Vin?
It's just the laziest, most, like, you could have booked this in your sleep that they were going to do this. Probably just so proud of themselves, like, and just laying this whole thing out. I'm just feeling them. They're so feeling themselves with this whole thing. When you see the way it plays out, you'll be like, oh my God, this is the most smug, but also laziest shit I've ever seen. The most predictable, and they think they're so cool with it.
Vet, can I hilariously retort back on this?
Please.
Don't you realize this is long-term storytelling?
No.
Can you fathom that it's long-term storytelling? Because the Marks have been wanting this. They wanted Randy to do something. They were waiting for it, and they slow burned it so much. People forget that Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes probably fought they fought at Night of Champions 2025 for the number one contendership to the title.
Mm-hmm.
They forget that Cody won that match. They forget that Randy Orton didn't let the Viper out, if you will. That I'm just saying. I'm not defending, you know, the new booking direction of the SmackDown. I'm just saying this. If the sickos can go on Twitter so much to defend Tony Khan's supposed long-term storytelling, then I'm going to say that there's long-term storytelling. That Randy Orton, maybe he's looking at Father Time. Maybe he's looking at his, you know, how many more RKOs does he have left in his body? This is the perfect chance. He won the Elimination Chamber. He's got a co-main event slot for WrestleMania. This is his only time to get number 15, because he hasn't had a title shot since probably the Bloodline storylines, legitimately, and then they took him out for 18 months. I'm just giving you the storylines, Vet. Now he's got it, and now this is not even a heel turn. This is just the Viper being the Viper. He's letting it out right now, and the fans are going to be the fans. They're going to cheer it, and I don't think they're even cheering because of the booking. They're just cheering because that's Randy doing it. What can you do, Vet? We cannot reel the fans into the way that Vince McMahon wanted in the 80s and the 90s. That don't work no more because everybody's too smart for their own good. That's all I'm saying. I understand your point. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to hilariously retort back.
I see. As you can see, I'm struggling to hold the laughter in. I just feel like even within its own segment, it didn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's the least interesting possible thing that you could do, but just the way of like, so, and I'm sorry, you'll see Jimmy when you watch it because you got to do this weekend WWE, of course, right. But they're doing this contract signing where Cody is just completely like, hey man, this is an honor. I think you're the best like basically putting him over. Like he's putting him over. That part's fine. Like gagging. Kind of a little bit, but genuine because it's true. Right. So fair. That part, and then Randy Orton goes to sign it, and then he acts conflicted, like, it was supposed to be Drew, like I didn't plan for this to be you. I don't want to have to wrestle you. And Cody's like, no, it's fine. We're professionals. It's gonna be a great contest or whatever. So like, for some reason, Randy Orton is pretending like this bothers him, and we don't think he's pretending at first. Until he just decides to slam Cody's head in the table for no reason. And then it's like a swerve. That makes no sense. Like most of them don't, like you didn't have to go to all these lengths. You already got everything you want. You got your title match, you got your main event, you got everything that you want. And then now now what you do is you bludgeon Cody Rhodes. And just and everybody's out there like this is some kind of a tragedy, like we're gonna have to cart him out of here, and then it's like, did you not think that if you did this to Cody, that in the kayfabe sense, obviously, right, you would be jeopardizing your match? Like if he can't go to WrestleMania because what you did to him, how are you going to be the champion? It doesn't. They don't even think that far ahead in that simplistic of terms of like, all they do is the same thing that everybody does. Everybody beats somebody up like a common thug in the streets outside the ring in professional wrestling. It's so tired. It's almost as tired as people turning heel. It's just, everything is so fucking tired. I can't believe people really think that, and to not read the room enough to know that people are not going to turn on Randy, that he's not going to get people to boo him, that the people were chanting Randy as he's beating Cody up with the stairs and a chair and all kinds of shit, and they're cheering for it. Oops. Bizarre backfired. But I could have told them that's what would have happened. They just didn't ask.
Right. Absolutely.
Maybe. This is the only flub that Randy should have done when he's doing all this stuff, Jimmy. This is all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to work.
I said, Cody will get bid for this.
I'm not saying it's going to work for Vet. I'm just saying because it's hilarious to me because what Vet say. Every time that Vet, think about this. He's putting Cody to the table. He's doing all this stuff, and the chair shot. He should have been yelling, "It should have been Drew! You should have been Drew! Yeah. You should have been Drew!" This would have been easier.
How dare you beat Drew McIntyre? I'll show you.
I'm just saying.
Oh God! Everyone wants to know.
Thank you, Josh. I can see it. I got the comments. So, yeah, I mean, how would I book it? I mean, I'm not getting paid for this, but I'll tell you what. I wouldn't have done is try to turn anybody. People need to before anybody can turn anybody these days. You have to know who your characters are, right? You don't even know. How many times you guys hear me say this year? They don't even know who they have. They got a roster full of great talents, and they don't know who any of them are, apparently. People were talking about the main events of WrestleMania being 4 baby faces. Excuse me? Says who?
Right.
There's like 1 baby face. It's Cody, right? Randy Orton is a beloved heel. That's it. Roman Reigns is a beloved heel. CM Punk is a dickish baby face.
And Fatu's another beloved heel.
Well, he's not in the main events yet. I'm just saying when people were talking about those 2 singles matches as if that's what was going to happen. You know, like you don't even know that. I just had to listen to, you know, Jim Cornette and Brian Last talking about Roman Reigns or whatever as he's a babyface. I'm like, Roman Reigns has not ever been a babyface, ever. Not for 1 second. The closest thing he came to being a babyface was when Seth Rollins hit him with a chair the first time. You know, the "you stabbed me in the back, you son of a bitch" thing. Like but really he was a heel up till that moment, and then it just became Seth Rollins was the bigger heel because he turned on his 2 heel friends. Right. You know? But the whole time, the whole bloodline story, the whole title reign, it was all like chicken shit heel stuff. Like he was trying to avoid having matches. He was cheating to win all of his matches with all of his cousins were helping him. And people just let it go on. The only people bigger than the heels were management that just let all these title defenses stand with all the interference and stuff. The Usos running out and everything. So it's like, even people that are watching this shit that's supposed to know better, like Jim Cornette doesn't even realize that Roman Reigns has been a heel. If you can't explain this shit to Jim Cornette, how the fuck do you expect the retards in the office to understand this? You know? So people can't even get that straight. You can't even get just the fact of like, you are all getting paid a lot of money and you didn't realize that people would cheer for Randy when he turned on Cody like that. Now, again, it is just the people in the building, but do you really need the turn? The story is that it's all built in. Like Professor said, how many RKOs do I have left in me? That's a good enough story. If you can't get the story over with these 2 talented guys, just Cody and Randy, just going out there, going off the history and having an emotional type of match or whatever, it's up to you to tell that story. And you just did the laziest thing you could think of because you had to get some heat. Nah, man. You can get people's interest without getting heat. And it backfired anyway. So what are we doing?
And you know what's sad about it? It's obvious too. Like when I heard about Cody getting a title shot, I said from that point, he's going to get booed if he gets about 100%. It happened, and that's exactly pretty much what's happening. And that's what I mean. Are they that dumb? If we can point that shit out, like it's obvious that was going to turn the crowd. If they did that, they did that. Yet he's still a babyface anyway. So what do you want? Like, what do you want from everybody these days anymore? Like, what were you expecting? Like, really, what were you expecting? I mean, anyway.
So Jimmy, you know, not to be let's say cynical here. What do you want?
I just want you to be normal. Like, make sense of it.
What does Jimmy want? Just
well, first of all, what do you want? If we're gonna have Cody, if we're having this Cody run right now, then fuck Elimination Chamber off. It shouldn't have happened. That was all a waste for the men on the men's side. That's total waste of time, in my opinion, completely. Yeah, Orton gets his shot, but who cares? Cody loses and becomes champion without even winning the damn thing. Why?
So then how about Cody just doesn't lose to Drew in the first place, and then the winner of the chamber faces Cody, and you could pick a heel for Cody if that's what you want.
Then you wouldn't have gotten booze, right? It's as simple as that. And obviously, they've somewhere along the line, they've changed their minds somewhere. They have to. You wouldn't have gotten this type of booking because, like Vet said, it could have been as easy as Cody winning, stays the baby face, no fucking booing, right? And then, you know, you could have had Orton winning it if you want to go the Orton way. And then you could have still have them facing off, or Drew winning it and Drew and Cody. You could have gone either way instead of this mix and mash. Just bullshit. It's just lazy and just panicking. It feels like a panic booking for me.
I want to ask the professor a question.
Go for it.
Are they that big of marks that they were looking at Drew and Cody or Drew and Randy, and they were just saying Drew's not over enough still, because we're looking at the tickets, we're looking at all that stuff we were talking about. Are they that dumb that they really think it would make, like they're going to put it on Drew still? Like that they're going to blame him for the fact that we didn't have enough tickets sold or whatever. Are they that big of marks, do you think?
I don't think they're that big of marks, but like I said last week, we talked about this, and I said that I had that discussion with Billy Ray, and I said that there are certain people at the top of the booking committee, you could say, that feel confident with certain people at the main event slots for WrestleMania. I said that years ago. John Cena and Randy Orton and Triple H, Vince was comfortable with them to be at the marquee for WrestleManias. So he was confident enough with the ticket sales and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you, because it's like, so they're thinking, damn, we need to sell more tickets. Orton could sell more tickets. No one's tired of Orton at any point being a main eventer. Like so that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, maybe the reaction that you heard of what Randy did to Cody is them justifying, well, Randy deserves to be in the main event slot. You heard 10,000 people chanting for Randy. Cody is already bulletproof. That's the way I'm saying. That's why the booking people in Triple H trust Cody to be in the main event slot. So basically, it's a weird, bizarro thing, Jimmy and Vet. It's like they're vindicated with what Randy did. Maybe and Vet, don't get, again, you've been more behind the scenes than I am. So I'm just saying, like, no, that's bullshit. I understand but I'm just saying, we got total heat for this. We got total heat generating into this. Maybe it'll push up a couple of hundred tickets. I don't really care if they sell out or not, but I think they just like, we're vindicated because now we got legitimate heat for one of Roman and CM Punk already has heat built in. So there's nothing to really sell more. It's just keep the momentum going for that. But Cody's side just needed something. So what Randy did just vindicated for them. And then I guess they booked for the marks. They booked and just justify why Randy deserves that main event slot, and it deserves why Cody has it. He's bulletproof, guys. It's just hard to answer that. Man. It's just really hard.
That's what I mean. Like, he doesn't look as bulletproof now with this, and Cody is not bulletproof. Nobody is bulletproof, really. Well, but some people take a lot more bullets than others.
Well, he's taking bullets, but for the last 2 years, he's main evented WrestleManias. He's won two straight Royal Rumbles. Could have won this one, but again, it's storylines. He's in the top storylines for the past couple of years. That's why I'm just saying he's more bulletproof for that. The only thing that people just want for Cody is to become the heel. That's it. We're waiting.
Which is never going to happen. It's not going to happen. And let me tell you something else. It's not that I don't want anybody to get the impression that I don't think Orton deserves the spot or any of that. But the problem is, that's exactly the problem. He does deserve that. He is a living legend right now. He's, like I said, he's transcendent status. It's not about babyface or heel. The people don't want to boo him because now he's got the equity. The equity can't be taken away. Everything Randy Orton has done in the past 30 years or whatever, 20 years. Okay? 24 years.
Yeah. Right, yep.
Okay? Everything he's done. Like, he's got the equity now. He's just as much as The Undertaker, just as much as John Cena, just as much as any of these people right now. So they don't want to boo him for any reason, and they're not gonna. Right? But at the same time, you just have him as a healthy scratch for how many months until you tried to shoehorn him in at the last second with this bullshit with the Elimination Chamber. Where was all the Randy Orton in 2025? We needed more Randy Orton in 2025. We needed more Randy Orton appreciation, so that if they're going to put him in the main event of WrestleMania, people are like, yes, of course, Randy Orton would be in the main event of WrestleMania. Not only is he a living legend, but he's on a hot streak. He's been beating people. He's been in fresh in our minds. We've been seeing him on a somewhat consistent basis, not like a part-time basis, like a Brock or a Roman or something. But not as much as like a daily basis, but more so than the part-timers, So that's where you should have had Randy if that's what you wanted, but he was just sitting at home eating Nutella or whatever the fuck he does, And then now he's just going to win a chamber and then do a quick and dirty heel turn for no reason that backfired. That's my point. It's like, can't even handle the obvious Randy Orton.
Oh,
You know, it's like Randy Orton is silver plattered everything. You could do whatever you want with him except this, because this won't work the way you want it. You know, you're going to sell just as many tickets whether he turned on Cody Friday or not.
I can ask you guys a serious question now. Do you guys think, and ask you first, Vet, does this make Cody too much of a yes man in WWE? Because if you look at the past few years, he pretty much agreed for The Rock to take on Roman Reigns, for example, and then the fans shat on that, and obviously they pivoted back to Cody and Roman, and now we got this like as well. Because some ways, I don't know if they're intending it or not, but it feels like a little bit of self-sabotage going on Cody, that is, by the booking team, right? Because if you do this, you're sabotaging him as a babyface completely. So is it too much of a yes man for agreeing to everything that they throw at him?
Without knowing his actual level of creative control and input,
Right.
like obviously I know he has some, right? But I mean, like, without knowing each individual case, whatever he's lobbied or politic to do, or for other people to do, I can't really answer that. I would have to know exactly how much he's, pitching for himself or against himself. But I will say that whoever's in there with, I don't trust them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust Cody with himself, because that's how we get the dumb shit we got in AEW.
Literally.
But then I also don't trust the other people here guiding him, because I don't know if they all know exactly what's best, or if they're too inside to see it. I don't agree with everybody that wants him to turn heel, but I also feel like it's got to be done differently as a babyface than they've been doing it, because, to use the bulletproof phrase, it only gonna last for so long if they keep making bad decisions. And this is a good example of that, where no matter what people really think, the intended effect was not felt in the house. And also, if you watch that SmackDown, listen to the crowd all night. They're fucking dead for most of it. They came up for this because they like both these guys, but then they came up extra for the wrong guy,
Jeez. Yeah.
But Professor, I mean, what do you think?
Well, number one, Cody and Anthony Ogogo in AEW was magic. I'm just saying, nearly in there. Number two, I'll just say this, and maybe it's a dig at Marks, but we've seen it all, right? We've almost seen it all, almost done it all. And I don't want to defend Triple H, but it's that same basic saying that they say is like, if you watch something to be a critic, how much are we going to get excited or invested in anything now, guys? I mean, we're doing a podcast, we're doing all this stuff, and we're, how many nights it's great to have all the banter back and forth, and we always do this. But then there's going to be a point where we're just going to look at something like, oh, I like something, and we're not going to be excited. Not those like fake YouTube reactors.
I know what you're saying. I get you.
Those fake YouTube reactors like shouting and going like, those are fake. Let me just say that. You're not really invested. You're just trying to get clicks for your channel to say, oh, WWE did something right, or oh, AEW did something right. This here is legitimate, that we're having discussions. We're talking about the storylines, lack thereof, where they're going with this and shit like that. But the problem is, like I'm saying, is we reached the point where we're almost
desensitized.
That's a good word. Desensitized, jaded.
Right.
Exactly. When Vet is happy for something, and I don't want to put words in your mouth. When Vet is happy, if Vet saw the way Randy Orton and Cody went down, Vet, are you going to be like, yes, they got it right, yes? Or are you going to go on?
None of us
I'm
like
happy
that.
the way they did this. I'm happy the way the execution is. You're not really excited. We're all jaded. We're all desensitized right now. We'll never get back like our 10-year-old selves to be. Oh, why is Cody bleeding? Or why Randy Orton did this? We're not 10 years old anymore, guys. I mean, let's be truthful.
No, you're right.
We're just gonna be, oh, they did this right. Oh, they did this wrong. And again, it is what it is.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It is going to be more clinical of an approach that we take, but I think that's what sets Hami Media Group apart. because you have people that know, and you have people that have been there, and you have people that know what they're talking about. And the people that you're saying we're not 10 years old anymore are those adults overreacting on YouTube that you mentioned.
Yeah.
They are mentally 10, you know? And if they're not, then they're just pretending to be for their audience of mentally 10-year-olds, because you have to be mentally 10 to just sit and accept the stuff on the surface. But that's one of the points I always try to make when I go against the internet wrestling community talking points. When I'm talking about these people on social media that say this and that, the ones that say Cody should turn heel, right? They are not representative of the masses of wrestling audience. If wrestling was forced to subsist on only the fans who are on the internet, we'd have no more professional wrestling inside of 6 months. Everything would be closed up, boarded up, and done with. It's all those people that just accept things and are just like, yeah, I watch this because I always did and I grew up watching it, or you know or like I just watch it sometimes and it's fun, you know, or I go to the shows when they come to town and stuff like that. They are not the people on the internet that have opinions on these guys' love lives, personal. So they don't comb the internet for botches so they can repost them. You know, that these are not the internet fans, are not the real fans. We're all different here. You guys are educated here in the chat partially because of what you've done for yourselves, and partially because we give you education on a weekly, basis, or sometimes multiple weekly basis. So we are going to be the jaded. We are going to be the clinical. We are going to be the desensitized. You know, of course we are. But without that, you're just going to get the same regurgitated shit that everybody else does on their 10-year-old YouTube channels, you know? So when I'm saying so most of the time what I point out is mistakes, you know, being able to not on a major scale, like the main event of WrestleMania, guys, that's the pinnacle of this business. That's whether we like it or not. Maybe we prefer the Ring of Honor, you know, in front of 200 people or whatever, Athena's historic title reign. Maybe we prefer that, but as far as the business part of it's concerned, I think we can all agree main event of WrestleMania is there's no higher point than that. So when you're making mistakes and when you're being that ignorant at that level, you know, that's what we're talking about. Even if a show on AEW, you know, like it's worth mentioning. Because if things like that continue to go on, where you're so tone deaf to your own people, your own roster, your own fans, your own business, next year's ticket sales, they don't count because of Saudi Arabia. But the year after that, not going to be so good. Year after that, not going to be so good. We're going to be having we're going to be facing diminishing returns because people are losing interest, because people are very easy to get burned out on stuff in this day and age when there's so much competition for your attention. More than ever, people are going to drop shit a lot more. Those habits that those people that grew up watching this shit, you know what I'm saying? My grandparents used to watch it. My parents used to watch it. And now I watch it. Like, these kids, if they're going to be the grandparents, it's not going to last, you know, for 2 more generations at this rate.
Wow. And that's some true facts right there, man.
Vet, before we get into the review or whatever news you got left, Jimmy, I just want to ask you this question.
Going into review.
Your own personal opinion, Vet. You know how, at least with WWE, we've heard like the Bruce Pritchards are writing and the Triple H's are writing and Michael Hayes is writing. So I know those 3. And I know we have like a guy. Well,
and just as a side note, not one of those 3 writes a single word, just so everybody knows that. They just sit there and then they take in what the people that wrote that wrote it said. Okay, but go on.
They get most of that credit or discredit, whatever the case may be. So, and I remember, you know, all these years, like, if only Jake the Snake Roberts was, you know, clean and sober, he could have been a great writer, creative. Mm-hmm. I heard that with Raven. I heard that with Tommy Dreamer. I've heard that
on Hole as well.
So, like I said, who is good? Who is, maybe in your opinion, or maybe I might be overreaching this. Who would you think is going to be good, whether it's WWE, AEW, JCW, or whatever the case may be, MLW? Who are the next generations to lead, in your humble opinion, in creative for any company that should be?
Oh, they're all fucked. We're fucked. And that's part of why I say, like, this isn't going to last another 2 generations at this rate. Because I don't see one. I don't see them. That's what I mean. I'm looking, and the only people that you like, okay, I think Triple H basically knows what he's doing. Why do I think this? Because 10 years ago, NXT was hot. It was simple, but yet modern enough. It had enough of old school mentality and the new school talent and a mix of both of those. So we knew, okay, he knows how to find the right people that can make money for the WWE eventually, whether Vince agreed with it or not at that time. But we saw the roster that Triple H put together. He took all the best people that were available on the indies, free agents, whatever, people that were a little almost washed, but got a second life, So we saw that he's capable of that when he's got a smaller focus. I think now Triple H is too busy with other things, so that when these dumbasses come up with their ideas, he just has to be like, well, showtime's in 3 hours, so let's just do it. Like he just can't, like you can't do it all, but also he's not a writer. Like he wasn't writing NXT, but you could see when Triple H is out there, you could see how much he still cares and notices these little things. Like when I just scrolled through Instagram and I just happened to see Triple H being like, okay, Trick Williams, we're going to give you the spinny thing that Robert Roode used to have. So we should do it like this. And then his code opens and like he's explaining the entrance and making it like he's got time to do all that, but then he thinks that the people are going to boo Randy Orton. That's what I'm confused about. And then, the booker, the greatest booker of all time, Gabe Sapolsky. I don't know what he does other than make his dream matches or whatever. So if you have the right roster, anybody could put together some good matches. But could he do this on a weekly basis where you're supposed to be episodic? I don't know. So other than those guys, no idea. We're in trouble. It's going to have to be people we actually don't know, like the uncredited people, like the guy that told Bruce Pritchard you can't have Pat McAfee go over on Gunther. Like that guy may have a future, but if he's politicked out of the business, then we're not going to get people that make sense anymore.
That's why I jokingly say, when the Young Bucks retire, I'm afraid for creative for AEW because that's what we'll get.
Actually, that's a good segue, actually, Vet, because apparently Pat McAfee is totally done with WWE and will not be coming back anytime soon. According to himself, he's kind of hinted that, I don't know if it's a money issue or something is going on, but he just doesn't seem interested in coming back.
I'm sure it's just too busy. Like it's not worth it to him to be that busy. And WWE doesn't, they look at that as like, well, it is nice to have Pat McAfee, but that is a nice big figure off the books.
Yeah.
That we don't have to pay him because he has enough money. So win-win for everybody. I think that's more what it is. Cause I know Pat McAfee loves wrestling and stuff. And I don't think he would, if he had nothing else to do, he'd definitely be all over it, but he's got a lot to do.
Right. He's a brand, sure. Jimmy. Remember that he's a brand. He's got that podcast every day. He's got the ESPN college football stuff like that. So
no, absolutely. And this Texas says this is why it's the flagship show. The debates, discussions here are unparalleled. Thank you. We try, man. We try.
You're not going to get it anywhere else. You're really not. I also want to shout out Serge Zilla in the chat saying it's a damn blood disease. That's what I always used to say back when me and Serge were roommates and like we'd talk about wrestling and stuff, and that's how I used to describe it. Like, why can't we just let it go? And like it's an incurable blood disease. Being a wrestling fan is like a blood disease. You could treat it. Yeah, you could treat the disease, but there's no cure. You just learn to live with it,
Right, and I've always thought that way too. I've always thought to myself, why the fuck do I care like this over this shit, over pro wrestling? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a phenomenon. That's why there's universities that actually do doctrines on pro wrestling, believe it or not. No shit, there really is. It's bizarre, but it probably deserves to get that type of shit. It's one of the very few things that I don't know, man. Once you become a fan when you're young, you're in it for life. Like literally, it's weird.
Yeah.
Even though we're desensitized and we're just used to all the bullshit, we still love it somewhat because we want to love it, right? We want to get that feeling back, even though we never will get that feeling back.
The feeling. Yeah. Good transition to AEW. But it ain't coming back. I'm just here to tell you, because like Professor said, once you're too educated, you can't see it any differently, even if you want to. You can't unsee it. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, any of the other cliches that you want to see. Once you see how the sausage is made, it's never going to be the same again. I can't enjoy things as just a fan, but when I do, that's why I make it an extra point and I emphasize it so much. Like when I say, man, guys, Ricochet had a great match with, who was that guy? He had a great match? Jungle Boy of all people, with
a mustache.
Like I go out of my way to make people realize, like, yes, I understand that I shit on everything, but that's why when I'm telling you this, so that you know what does the vet like? I like this. This is wrestling. This is classic. This is the stuff that I'm entertained by.
And see, then don't get it twisted. We still love professional wrestling because when it's done right, it's the most beautiful thing to me when it's actually done properly. But unfortunately, it's not done properly anymore. And then, it is what it is. There's a few things here and there, but unfortunately, shit happens. Well, Vet, one more thing I wanted to drop in, and I know you're the resident TNA guy with Whooper Brandon, but did you hear about Candice Michelle signing with TNA?
Yeah, well, thanks to our own Tennessee couponer, I was tagged in something that saw this. I didn't actually watch the clip. I just saw the thing and was like, oh, great. So I think my response was, they really are trying to push me off the Impact attack.
Well, come on, man. Why would she become the new producer and agent basically for women's wrestling in TNA? She's nowhere near a women's wrestler, really. She comes from the Divas friggin' era. Okay,
wait a minute, Jimmy. Wait, hold up. I'm not gonna defend Carlos Silva. I'm not defending this, but I'll just say this. I'll give it a little positive spin. This is the word of the day, honey. Nice positive spin. Candice Michelle has given so much to this business for the Divas search, the Divas division, former multiple times Divas champion. She might have certain things in that. The psychology that she could see that she could teach the next generation of knockouts, Jimmy.
I don't buy it.
Why not?
I just don't buy it because she's not.
Look. I know you saw her on Skinamax. I know you saw her on Late Night. It's okay. I saw it too.
Wasn't she a Playboy Bunny at one stage as well, or something?
We love all that. We love all that. But again, she did some good headlocks. She did some good arm bars. She could offer something. You never know, Jimmy. Give it a chance.
She doesn't know shit about professional wrestling, even though she's been in the ring and whatnot. And who am I to say that? I'm sorry, but she doesn't know shit about pro wrestling. That's just me. I don't know if you guys, obviously you don't agree with it. Vet, I think you might agree with me because you seem very excited.
Well, TNA's got to be the worst promotion out there, right? I mean, let's face it. They've got, and to be honest, they got a lot bigger problems than just bringing in Candice Michelle. I mean, the problems were all there before they brought her in. So how much worse can she make it? I don't know. I do think it's funny to think about like somebody like a Rosemary or whatever. Like, what are you going to tell her as a producer? You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that is amusing to me to think about.
Would the women respect her, actually? Because that's a good point with what you just said. It made me think. Would the women as wrestlers in 2026 respect someone like Candice Michelle, who comes from the Brian Panties era, to be fair, compared to these women? Well, yeah.
Yeah, when TNA women were working hard to be taken seriously, which they did a lot for advancing women's wrestling, whether you like it, maybe you're upset about that, but they did. So for better or worse, depending on the person, women's wrestling is in the spot it's in largely because of the TNA knockouts and all the stuff that they did. And like you said, exactly on the opposite end of that spectrum, running concurrently at the same time, you were having like putting matches and stuff with Candice Michelle. So it's like she's in some ways not to blame the individual, but the character of Candice Michelle or anybody from that era that was just a, diva search, whatever, never had ambitions of being a pro wrestler, but just ended up in it. Like, that's in many ways, those are the antithesis of, and they set women's wrestling back to a degree where it took so long to even get a Divas Revolution, so
that's what I'm just
I find it very awkward for her to be in that position, but
I agree. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get brown panties matches now. There will be a whole new meaning to the TNA knockouts, right? If you get me.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Right?
They don't have any. Bro, it's so bad, you guys.
Really?
It's so bad.
Wow.
So bad.
Hey, we've upgraded, guys. It's not going to be bra and panties matches. It's going to be OnlyFans matches right now. That's what TNA will be the first to do. The knockouts OnlyFans match.
So great. No. Another subscription service on top of TNA Plus.
Just say it.
And Prof's new favorite friggin' subscription. What's it called again, Prof, that you signed up to?
Oh, you mean Newsflash for the Homie Nights?
Yeah.
I have signed up for my AEW. I've done it.
My Little Pony?
No, not my little. Well, the name sucks. I said this, and Josh could attest to this because Josh knows I've been saying this for like 3 years since AEW bought Ring of Honor. I said they should have just changed their web infrastructure, taken Honor Club off for a couple of weeks, and then merged it with with the AEW and ROH library. And now for all international subscribers, my AEW is a thing. So it is what it is, and lo and behold, the price, if you buy for the annual, is like WWE Network, $10 a month for 12 months. So you can't beat the price. They finally got it right. I have to give Tony Khan his credit, and I have to give myself flowers because I've been saying this for the last 3 years on Twitter and all that stuff. So he listened. Thank you. I know.
Barry Horowitz. Come on, Prof.
Yes.
There you go. Hey, look, man, I think I'm going to have to sign up to it too because like I was telling you, I'm a Triller guy right now, but it seems like Triller's going to go bye-bye.
Triller's going to go off the air soon. So, for all the Triller Homie Nights out there that you've been getting all those pay-per-views, they've been saying financial peril for Triller. So at least for AEW Ring of Honor purposes, that's a good alternative.
Yeah,
it's hard to sustain your business model when it's just 5 people paying for the stuff and then uploading it for the rest of the world to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the worst. Anyway, I think now it's I think there was one more thing I was going to mention, or is it? Forget it. I forgot it already because I'm not even looking at the news. It's not even in the news bits, but there was something I was supposed to mention, but it's all right. It's not that important because if it was, I wouldn't have forgotten it already. So it's time to put our gloves on and sift through the AEW Wreckage.
All right. Well,
yeah,
we definitely got our gloves, hazmats and everything, and we're going to make sure that in order to not die of the radiation poisoning, we'll get through this as quickly as possible, hopefully. We want to limit the exposure the best we can.
I'm going to get the helmet now, Vet, for real.
Yeah, go ahead, get that.
I don't know.
So we're starting out with a nice tag team match play, Mox and Claude versus Takeshita and Hechicero. Claudio gets a small package on Hechicero, poor Hechicero. And then there's a schmaz afterwards, of course, and they're all holding Moxley for Takeshita, and he's like, "No, I won't hit him. No.
No.
I'm going to do the honorable thing, the honor club thing. I'm not going to hit him when he's prone and vulnerable like this."
Is this what the Continental Championship does, Vet? Does this all make you feel like you have to do the things the honorable way? Mm-hmm. If that was the case, why don't we just have the Pure Championship on AEW? Just call the AEW Pure title. So this way we can change all those bullshit Continental rules. Yeah, so this way we can do what bullshit. Well, that's what you say, Jimmy. I'm just saying, but Vet knows the history of Ring of Honor Pure. That's what you do. But again, I've been saying this How many nights you know this? I don't want to pat myself again on the back, but I've been saying someone's leaving the Don Callis family, and we're seeing it manifest itself, and will probably manifest tonight with Takeshita. But the only nitpicking vet, I just keep saying, you do all this stuff, and I like the way Takeshita with the body language and the facials, he's conflicted. We have to admit this, vet. He's conflicted with this as best as he could. But the wrong person was not out. The wrong people were out there because I needed Okada and I needed Fletcher to be out there to really like keep in that kind of like 3-man thing that tension between because it all goes with those two other guys, Fletcher and Okada. You got to keep the story going. And this is what Vet's been talking about, sir. Certain things, it should play out easy, and they don't want to do it, whether it's WWE or AEW. Those two guys should be there to see Takeshita having a question about his morals. He don't want to do this. Okada should be laughing like, you bitch, you should be hitting him, or something like that. I'm just saying, but consistency, that's all I asked for. How many nights consistency? They didn't want to do that. I like the Takeshita thing, but I need consistency with Okada and Fletcher because that's the dynamic that we need.
Well said.
Yeah, I agree. But then again, like I always say, that we got a lot of problems to solve before we can. But it would have been. I mean, that's one of the things that's annoying about wrestling is you got this. I feel like you've got a very small space where you've packed in dozens and dozens of men and women, but the interaction is so limited. You know, you got all these people together. It almost writes itself. You could think of all kinds of stuff you could do. You know, so the least you could do is to have Okada come out here and be a part of this sort of thing. But you know, whatever reason, not important to them. Mm-hmm. Renee is with the babes of beating Mercedes Moné, I guess you could call this pairing of women, which of course that would be Willow and Persephone. And they're going to have a little friendly title match later. Just, they're very friendly. You know, no animosity here, just a sportsmanship friendly. Let's go out there and have a good match.
Just like, you know, everyone gets a title shot pretty much in AEW. Is that what happens? They're doing nothing?
Well, I mean, Persephone beat Mercedes, so she's like,
yeah,
well, if I can do that, I can win this belt too. The TBS belt. So
Monet is just a loser now. Come on.
Just a loser. She lost another one.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
She lost another one, so very good.
I should be happy, but again, AEW really doesn't talk about it. AEW hasn't made it a storyline just yet.
Is that weird, Prof? Is something up with that? Could there be possibly, you know, a bit of problems going on between Monet
No, you're supposed to know. You're a sicko, Jimmy. You're supposed to know this.
So I'm not sick enough.
Josh has been tweeting you all this information. You're supposed to know this, and you're supposed to have it in your brain. So this way, when Mercedes comes back on TV,
I get a lot of tweets, man. It's hard to keep up, dude.
You're supposed to know this. That's all it is.
Well, Callis knows that he's got to hype up Kyle Fletcher here. And because Fletcher's got a match against Speedball, right? And Callis hyping him up, and MJF comes through, and he's like, hey, lay it in for me. And Fletcher's like, don't tell me what to do. So little bit of heat there. Then we get the match, of course, is Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kyle Fletcher. Now, guys, you know, this is obviously a layup for me to say, but these are the real two most dangerous men in AEW having a match to determine who's the real most dangerous man. This is the shoot version of whatever Swerve and Brody think they're doing over there with their phony plastic chains or whatever. This is the most dangerous match at AEW, and it definitely lived up to it. They're not interested in taking care of each other at all.
We had poison runners and everything in this match.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
But front row, Dave Meltzer was happy. I think he had to sign up saying this match of the year or some shit like that. So, you know, as long as Dave's happy front row, we
did he really say that?
What? He was there, though.
That could be match of the year.
I don't know.
If he did, God help him.
You know, it got like 5.25 stars, Jimmy. You know this.
Man, this match is way too long too much.
We don't even have to subscribe for us to know Dave Meltzer what he likes and doesn't like. He loves this match. It's 5 1/4 stars.
He loves horse cocks too, apparently.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you saw that meme where someone said horse cock and you had Dave Meltzer's tongue sticking out.
Yuck. Ugh, that's disturbing, dude. I wonder if he reacts like that to his wife.
He's married.
That'd be a turn on.
But Vet, when you look at this match, like you said, they're the two most dangerous men. Like, Mike Bailey he flips and his knees actually hit rib cages.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like he's caved in Kyle's chest like 3 separate occasions in this one match.
He's so deadly. Padded or something? Am I missing something? For being the Mark fan that I am, like, is he really protecting Fletcher with those knees? Like, I'm just worried about Fletcher like busting his rib cage and stuff. And again, like you said, I think Jimmy said the poison Rana on the apron. Well, we already know that they're gonna do shit on the side of the shit all the time. But yeah, you're right, but they are the two most dangerous men.
Yeah. Does that make Ken Shamrock not as dangerous now?
No. Sorry, he's just not he's very safe compared to these guys.
The world's most safest man.
I would definitely get in the ring with Ken Shamrock before. And like J12 was saying, what would I tell Speedball if he said he wanted to give me that knee finish on the floor? I'd be like, I'll give him the old Harley race. I'll move.
That's gold, man. That's brilliant. That's awesome. Well,
yeah.
Let's move on from this train wreck because it went for way too long for my liking too, man. It started to bore me, but the fans were chanting, "Fight forever!" No, please, they'll kill themselves. They can't fight forever.
Yeah, I mean, somebody partially died in this. I know it took years off their life. Maybe Kyle.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, those kicks.
But yeah, Fletcher does win, right? I think there's a mistake here in my notes. I may have like accidentally deleted something. So does anything happen after this? Like, what's the next thing after this match?
Well, I'm glad to
is there a post-match something? Or okay, what happens?
Oh no, sorry. I was looking at something else on my notes. I went way too far. Actually, post-match, there was nothing. They just celebrated and went to commercial break.
Okay, what was the next thing?
The next thing was the Brody King match, and that's when things happened against local talent after the match.
Okay, so we get a standby match.
Right.
Brody King against some guy, and then Swerve comes from out of the audience, right?
That's right.
And then he tries to hang Brody again, but this time Brody breaks the chain.
The plastic chain, that is.
The plastic chain, yeah.
Yeah. Can't you hear that shit?
The Party City chain.
Yeah. It really sounds like plastic though, man. If you hear like as the chain's like moving around and shit, it literally sounds like plastic, man. That shit, it doesn't even look real, man. They just paint it with chrome paint over plastic, which makes it look even worse. It's pathetic, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, you got to, AEW shop, Jimmy. You got to sell those plastic chains for the kiddies.
They sell the chains?
I would. You got a brand marketing.
What marketing team? They got no marketing team.
Get the Swerve Strickland plastic chains for $29.99.
Yeah, so you can also hang other people too.
Yeah, Mrs. Buck, get the spray paint. Get to work.
Oh shit, man! I'm telling you, man. I want that.
All right, is then what happened after this? Is this where Renee is with Speedball?
That's right.
Okay. So I think I'm on track again. All right. So Renee's a Speedball, and he says like, "You're gonna get what you deserve at Revolution." Okay. Next match is Orange Derby versus Dogs. It's another match with these guys. Then Clark Connors blindsides Orange from the crowd. He comes out of the crowd, nails Orange Cassidy. Then they all run a train on Darby and pin him.
Wait, what?
A train. They all the men take turns having sexual intercourse with Darby Allin in the middle of the ring, and then they pin him.
I did not know
exactly what I said.
AEW OnlyFans? Oh my goodness, I did not see that.
That's right. OnlyFans, but this is a free preview. You get the free preview so that you want to sign up for my AEW after you see this. You want to talk about hardcore matches? Yeah. So no, they hit him with a bunch of moves. Not sexy at all. They just beat him, and then here comes Roderick Strong. Oh, they beat up Orange Cassidy some more. You know, like they drag him back in and beat him up some more, and then Roderick Strong comes out slowly, walking down to the ring, and then they're like, you know, hey, you want to? I know you don't like these guys. You want to take a shot at you want to be a war dog? You want to be a dog, Mr. Strong? And then he's like, yeah, sure. And then he proceeds to kick all of the dogs' asses by himself. then Darby and Orange come back to life, and then we get the big moment. Remember, I was telling you guys this moment was going to happen.
You did.
And I guess people reacted favorably. They were very happy when Roderick Strong finally, I guess, joined the conglomeration.
We can't really tell for sure, but it seems like it.
Yeah. I mean, come on. He helped Orange Cassidy up. That's true, basically like joining a faction, right?
That's true.
Close
but we'll see.
But again, man, I'll just say this.
And he did give him a high five, which is quality, boys.
He did. But I'm just saying, it never really played out a lot on TV, man. That's just the thing. Like one match, like he leaves like that tag team with Orange Cassidy. Then he's off TV. And then when you saw the running the train, quote unquote, they were like hollering for Roderick Strong to come down the aisle. But I'll say this for my nitpicking, Jimmy, you know, again, since we're jaded and desensitized, why didn't they run vignettes? You know, they've been running vignettes about, you know, who is Clark Connors, who is their kids. But they've been running those vignettes, guys. But they've never run promos trying to say they want to recruit somebody to the dogs, right? If you're going to holler at Roderick Strong to beat up Orange Cassidy, wouldn't you have thought for TV purposes, Vet, that you at least kind of like have like maybe Clark Connors trying to egg on Roderick Strong, maybe recruit him to the dogs, or Gabe Kidd, you know, join us or whatever. I know David Finlay was not there just yet to recruit, but you had two guys to recruit Roderick Strong. Maybe I'm nitpicking, Vet, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I guess they could have done that, but
add it to the list. I know, add it to the list.
Yeah, they didn't. What can you say?
I mean, can't we just ring up the dog pound and they can pick them up and just hide them away forever after that?
No, they're gonna get more of a push than ever. I mean, especially after Roderick Strong kicked all their asses.
And it was announced for Revolution. It's gonna be the dogs, all three of them, against the conglomeration. Well, and Darby Allin.
Yes, right. Darby Allin is only loosely conglomerated. He's not officially. All right, here's your match: Persephone versus Willow for the TBS Championship. Very friendly match with these two ladies. I thought the match was a little bit better after they settled down from their slow ass lucha at the beginning of the match, where they're both trying to prove that fat chicks can do stuff too. And then once they stopped doing that and just kind of got a little more grounded, it was okay. But then they went back to it later and it started to suck again. Willow Nightingale is she's got to be up in contention. You know, she's got to continue her stuff, you know, to compete with Kyle Fletcher and Speedball Bailey as the most dangerous person on the roster. Brody King much safer in comparison to all of these people. Swerve too. But yeah, she just had to get a spine buster on the concrete in. Just babyface spine buster, you know, friendly match, just friendly title competition here. And let me just splat you on the mat outside, you know, for no reason whatsoever. Not part of a heat spot or anything, because we're all baby faces here. Just gonna slam you down. The real hardest part of the arena. But fuck it.
That proves hypocrisy, Vet. These fans cheer for Willow doing heelish stuff, and yet they're the same fans that boo Cody out of the building.
Are they the same fans? They might not be the same fans.
We live in this paradox. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, you know, spine buster on the floor, that's fine. It probably just softened her up for the backslide that actually ended up winning the match. You know, once your spine is shattered, you can't counter a backslide. It's right there in the name, backslide. So Willow wins with a backslide.
Literally, what the hell, man? And just quietly, next we do get a true premiette, actually.
True premiette. J12 says, is Willow overpushed? I don't know if she's overpushed.
Slightly, I think she is, actually.
I think she's pushed a normal amount, but I also feel like she's fucking dangerous. I don't want to get in the ring with Willow. Shit. She wants to give people bumps on the apron and on the concrete outside. Like, I'm definitely saying no to that in the back, but
I think the answer to J12, maybe in my opinion, I don't think she's being overpushed, J12. I think it's just when you're not. Remember last year, J12, who did you see most of TV time? Mercedes and Toni Storm. They had the high profile matches. They had the high profile storylines. So now XOA, Mercedes Moné, what she's doing, you know, whatever that case may be, and Toni Storm kind of like taking a step back for the ladies, you could say. Someone has to get a push up. So Willow's not getting overpushed. I think she's just getting the TV time that she wasn't getting last year. That's just the way I look at it, J12.
She's a fan favorite with the medium title. I don't consider that over pushed really, but just say that bit. Like I said, my concern is just the fact that she wants to hurt everybody. I don't. It's the opposite of what a wrestler should really want to do, other than in the kayfabe sense. Of course, you want to hurt everybody as a character, but you know, maybe she could take a little bit more of these, because I don't think that what got Willow over with the fans was her trying to kill all these people as a babyface. Who was it that she jumped off the stage through a table with and like almost busted her head open? Was that Anna Jay? Like a few years ago?
Yeah, that might have been Anna Jay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's nothing new, but you know. So then the Babes of Wrath have a promo. And this is not a promo yet. It's not a promo yet, Jimmy. Don't get too excited. It's just them standing there because Willow's blown up from her match, and she's like, "Hey, you know, I'm on kind of a roll, and I think I want to challenge Lena Cross to a match, you know, on Revolution for no reason, just because I'm bored. I already have a match, but I'm gonna have a second match. I'm crazy." Yep. That's basically how she said it. So on 0 Hour, we're gonna get Lena Cross versus Willow Nightingale, and if Willow can, I don't know what she'll prove by doing this, but all I can say is, Lena, watch your head.
Oh, which Lena are you talking about?
Yeah. Next is Dem Bucks versus F Tommaso R.
Tomato, this is like a freaking spaghetti sauce or some shit. What was it? F tomato. What?
Promenade.
That's it.
It's right there next to a Prego and Ragu in your grocery aisles. It's Promenade. I'll let the professor take this one for obvious reasons.
Well, when you look at this match, we know that the setups for Revolution. This is a Revolution builder Hami night. So when you look at that from that standpoint, it's a nice match. But jokingly enough, with the result, I said that I don't want to make this a prediction. This could be a spoiler, but we might be getting a best of 7 series between Tommaso and Mark Briscoe, because who got the win? Tommaso pinning Mark Briscoe. So right now, in the heated 7 match series, it's 2-0 Tommaso leading Mark Briscoe. Even though that doesn't count, Jimmy, I'm just saying. But we know that it's going to be they're pushing this along. And again, everything else is fly shit between the Bucks and FTR, the greatest tag team of the last 6 years.
6 years? You think in their eyes, the best tag team in the last 20?
Well, they say that, but I'm just being, you know how objective I am, Jimmy. I'm just giving them, the truth. It's been the last 6 years.
That's true. I'll give him that.
So yes, Ciampa does hit his lame knee on Mark Briscoe, and then he gives him a beating with a chair, and then he sets up 2 chairs very nicely and does an air raid crash off the turnbuckles through the chairs.
I will. Don't worry about that, J12. I will.
We are going to give predictions, Prof, towards the end of the show, by the way.
Yeah.
I already spoiled that prediction.
Yeah. My client, Bryan Danielson. This is the end of the show for everybody. Bryan Danielson is going to mediate a press conference that we have. So what do you guys think about, scheduling a press conference in the middle of your fucking show? You not realize Dynamite is airing at this time and you decide to book a press See, this is what I'm talking about. How is nobody there to answer these questions or to point these things out? Like, why would you hold a press conference during your show? You know what a press conference is, right? Everybody? It's a separate event. Perhaps available to view for free on YouTube or, my AEW free tier or whatever you would do to watch this bonus supplementary thing that you would do just for the real sickos who can't get enough of every little bit of character work that these guys do, that you have a press conference. But instead, we're going to hold a press conference, not earlier in the day, not later in the night. We're going to hold it right here in the main event slot of Dynamite. We've got a press conference for everybody to sit in their seats in the arena and watch on the screen.
You see, Vet, this is where Tony is listening too much to the sickos and probably listening too much to the critics, because we've been saying this for, decades. Contract signings are way predictable. But at least contract signings is what you're saying. It's for the public. It's for the fans to see.
And it's got a formula too, Prof. The same
formula to build to the main event of whatever pay-per-view. You can still do Bryan Danielson putting the contract to the sides, having the gentleman sign it in the ring, and then do what you want to do. Here's my problem. Tony said he wants Bryan Danielson to orchestrate the press conference. Let's not forget, Vet, that Bryan Danielson has neck issues. So when you're going to do something predictable that happens, did you notice how Bryan Danielson really can't do anything physical? You can't even do it like a pull apart, because if he wrenches or do something like that, physically you're going to be like, oh my God, I might get a twinge. You might get a twinge or something like that. You want to talk about what happened with the OVW referee, you might get some kind of spasm with fucking Bryan Danielson. So you got the wrong dude orchestrating a press conference when you're going to have a predictable outcome for all the sickos to be happy when they're going to do something to come back into the ring, when you could have done a simple, basic contract signing to do the same thing. So this way, Bryan Danielson does not have to do anything physical, or even like for the life of me, not worry about his neck. Have somebody else do that. Or have, who should have orchestrated the press conference and be in the center of the bullshit? Tony himself. At least I could tolerate that, or I could stomach that. Not have Bryan Danielson do something that foolish and that stupid. Yes, it was stupid, and the Homie Knights are right to say the press conference was stupid, but at least had the right person for the press conference, not Bryan Danielson when he can't do anything physical. If you want a Bryan Danielson there, have a contract signing. It's simple, it's basic formula for wrestling pay-per-views.
But what's funny, they could have masked this instead of calling it a press conference. Why not like a contract signing, like always, like the usual shit, right?
Again, Tony is hearing the fans. It's too predictable. It's too stupid. But yet it's like, it's like mom and apple pie. It's part of tradition.
Yeah, and also, what fans would he have been hearing? They didn't know what he's gonna book.
I don't know.
So, like, whatever, man. Like, look. The other, that's what you just laid out, Professor, is layer 2 of this layer cake of dumb fuckery that we saw here. Okay? Starting with layer 1, which I said was, why'd you book a press conference in the middle of your television show? 2, why do you have a guy mediating it that could die at any moment? Okay? And not just a traditional contract signing, right? Now let's add yet another layer. So, haven't we just been watching Hang Person and MJF come out to the ring, stand across from each other, and say stuff for the past 2-3 weeks?
Yes.
What's any different about this just because Bryan Danielson's at a podium?
It's a press conference.
They asked all the great questions too.
It's serious.
You could hear yeah, I'm skipping over all that part. Like, all them asking these dumbass questions.
Did you, not the question, but did you skip over who actually asked the question? Because I heard the name, Self-Made. I heard his name. I heard Self-Made. Hello, Self-Made here. Asking the question.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know if it's a Mandela effect, how many nights, but I swear, Jimmy, I heard Self-Made. I don't know. He might have asked the question.
Self-made what?
If anybody could give Denise Salcedo credibility, it's Self-Made Pro.
God.
Yeah. So so whatever. Like, regardless of how they set it up, it ends the same way you'd expect. They fight, and then they fight into the arena. So at least the fans do get some action right in front of their faces, and until eventually MJF runs away and Adam Page cuts more promos on him. But like, essentially, I don't know if this would have hyped one more person to buy the show. Because, like I said, we've already been seeing these guys just talk to each other.
Man, can I ask you a question?
Long-term storytelling.
For AEW purposes, would you have tolerated it? Would you have tolerated a weigh-in for this instead of a?
Only if the Big Show has to manually set the scale.
I'm just saying. Yeah. I think we could.
Yeah, if Paul White comes out and has to actually figure out how to work this scale, because obviously he's broken every scale he's ever been on, so he didn't know how to do that. But if he can do that, then yes, I'll allow a weigh-in.
Okay.
Oh, it turns out MJF's a cruiserweight. He's stripped of the title, and we've ruined everything. All right, so oops, maybe not the best idea for a weigh-in. But that was Dynamite, and we can move on to Collision now.
That was a steaming pile of shit, that show, just quietly. I'm talking about Dynamite.
I think you're right.
It really was one of the worst shows of the year for AEW, that's for sure. For me, anyway.
Well, I think I see in the chat, Jimmy, J12, Self-Made was there. He called him Mr. Page.
Mr. Page.
No,
I thought it was a Mandela effect, but I was like, Self-Made Pro.
They're haunting you.
I was like,
the bit.
That is like, holy shit, this man.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that, so now I'm being retroactively haunted.
I'm telling you, bro. Just SoCal, I'm assuming, or SCal, but I'm assuming it's SoCal, could have also have MJF beat the shit out of somebody else and Hangmen do it like they're beating the crap out of other guys, keeping them strong right until they face off at Revolution. I assume you mean beating up Hangman? I guess.
Well, I guess he's saying they could each, like, maybe he's saying, like, oh, let's do the thing where they beat up security.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go to Collision then. So we're going to start out with this will probably end up being my match of the week, I guess. It's the Jet versus the Clone, guys. No reason for this match to happen necessarily.
Doesn't have to be a reason, Jet.
Yeah, I know.
No, there's a reason.
There's a lame reason. Yes, Professor, go ahead and let them know what it is.
Well, again, it's just the El Clone, being a member of the Don Callis family, is instructed to weaken the Jet because it's going to be Mr. Jet, or what are they called? Jet Mist? Jet Mist is going to challenge for the trio titles at Revolution.
Jetsticko.
Well, there you go.
Or Mr. Ball.
Mr. Cock.
Yeah, Mr. Cock. Yeah, no horses now. Paige is out of there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Yes. The fact that the entire roster is split up into either the Don Callis family or the Death Riders. Yes, I get it. There is a reason for that. But in any case, they have a nice little match, and match.
It went forever, dude. Just say it.
And it didn't go forever. It went for a normal amount of time, I guess.
17 minutes.
20 minutes.
17.
Good God.
It was close. I was close. I said 20 minutes. You said 17.
17 minutes.
God,
was it 17 minutes? That counts. Wait. Don't count from the start with the. All right. Well, it basically was the whole start of the thing. Can't even blame entrances and stuff. But whatever.
Break, and then 17 minutes later, I got it.
All right. So, well, you know who's going to win. It's going to be Mr. Kevin with the UFO splash, and this is good though. It's good. The guys are good.
Is it safe to say the Cox got the snip? By the way,
maybe.
I ain't answering that.
I just had to say that D gave me that idea just quietly.
All right. Harley Cameron's feeling down. And Willow gives her a pep talk, and then she's fired up again.
Well,
Commander versus Mark Davis. Go ahead, Jimmy. Take it. You start off strong there with a ugh.
Yeah, that's it. That's
the review.
That's the review, man. Fuck that match.
Ugh, out of 5 stars. Got it.
Minus out of 5 stars for sure. Fuck that shit.
But Jimmy, at least El Clone deserves a long, 15.
I like El
17
Clone,
minute match.
man.
But no. But we're talking about Mark Davis, the killer of the Don Callis family, the killer of the Trios champions. He should not go over 10 minutes against Commander. Again, whatever Commander has done in AEW and ROH, so be it. But dude, if you're gonna send a message that Mark Davis is your killer, just like Brody, he should treat Commander like a standby match. At least 5 minutes. Come on, guys. I mean, again, Commander gets maybe one shot in there, and that's it. But if you drag this out, you just make Mark Davis look weaker than he needs to be, and he's a champion.
Tony doesn't have a book freaking wrestlers to look good.
He's a trios champion. Commander was a Ring of Honor television champion. I don't even know if Mark Davis could lace his boots, to be honest. He's lucky to escape with the win, actually, if you really think about it.
Not even an upset. It's an upset, sorry.
Mark Davis scores an upset on Commander here with a pile driver.
I dispute that. That's a strong win for Mark Davis. That's a strong win.
It is a strong win because they drag Commander out of nowhere to have this match and lose. So, yep, that happens. The dogs are outside somewhere yapping.
Yep, yapping and barking and shit.
Mascara Dorada gets a vignette because he's coming up later and they have to remind you who he is. We get a promo-nyet for the Blackjack Battle Royal. So we get a few of the people that are going to be on this 21-man Battle Royal that's going to be on the 0 hour. It's coming after Ricochet's title.
I'm watching that, by the way, Prof. You can.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Next is... It's get ready, Jimmy, because you see who's coming up. So don't just get the button ready so there's no delay this time. But okay, so we have Tatavik, the great and legendary and super over because of people chanting her name in every match, Viva Van, and Charisma. Because if you don't have it, if you just name yourself that, it'll take care of all the problems. Versus
the Triangle of Madness. In Tekla Julia Hollis Sky Blue.
Dark Sky.
Dark Sky, that is, that's right.
I love that thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Welcome Daniel Garcia to the chat. I'm glad you didn't have a match this week.
No way. I'm glad. I'm glad.
So Statlander. Okay, look. You know what's gonna happen here. It's quick, quick get over match for the Dark Triangle, and then they of course they have to give Tekla a microphone again. She starts cutting a promo. Here comes Chris Statlander, takes out the Dark Sisters, then goes in the ring and she's gonna give Tekla the belt out of her pants and do her best Denzel in Glory, like Single tear running down, like what? She just lets Tekla whip her with a belt.
You got that out of Glory. I was thinking it was 50 Shades of Grey. She got freaky.
Wow.
Maybe that. I didn't see no blindfolds. I didn't see no. But anyway, so yeah, she whips her a couple times, and then she eventually goes to whip her, like Stat's taking it, and then eventually she goes to whip her again. Then says, fuck it, I'll just nail her with the forearm. So she knocks her down and leaves her in the ring, and then Statlander grabs the microphone and is like, I don't want you to be afraid of me. I want you to be afraid of what you're gonna have to do to beat me.
Oh, but you're missing one important thing about this segment. We even had spitting involved.
That's why it was 50 Shades to me. It was a fetish.
Yeah, there was a lot of spitting, not swallowing, but spitting. I guess it's.
I mean, the only thing left was for Statlander to come in and take her shoes off too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get the feet perverts in on this action too, you know? We got to see a train on Darby and feet.
That's tier 3 on my AEW OnlyFans, vet. That's what it is. Tier 3. It's tiers to this shit. Tier 3.
The annual plan.
Yes, the
Too
annual.
much gay porn though going on, fellas. Just quietly. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Well, this. I mean, if it's this, you know, this kind of gay, I'm fine with that. I'll watch that. I'll definitely sign up for that. Steckland Statlander, sure. Why not?
I'm just waiting for those 3 most dangerous letters for AEW to use. HLA.
Ooh.
I'm back. And better than. Guys, I have some shocking news.
What?
Was this Marina Shafir cutting a good ass promo here in the middle of Collision randomly?
If he is no one, Vet.
I was actually happy that I was like, this is why I wanted her. This is why I was happy to see her with the, you know, the in-ring performances and stuff like that. She had that one bad match, but it was there. It was.
You know what though? She was right all along. We had no idea about who she is, but we do now. And she fears nobody, and I'm scared now.
Yeah, we know her. We know her.
We know her.
Well, she tells she does a good promo. She doesn't scream. She doesn't whisper. She just talks. She says she forms sentences and tells a story with the sentences. And basically, I'll just sum it up that she tells Tony Storm she should take her own advice, whatever that means. You would have to listen to the whole story to get it, but just know that was the point.
She's bad.
Next is the Demand versus the Bang Bang Gang.
They demand a Bang Bang Gang.
That's right. We're still on the OnlyFans thing. We're keeping with that theme. You got to sign up for this match. It's not free match. You cannot just watch this on TNT.
I'm sorry, but when you have a match written like that, just the look of it, I mean, it still is an OnlyFans. Are you sure this was an OnlyFans edition of Collision? You know, I love the gimmicks.
I'm not sure. I'm absolutely not sure. You know, I mean, the version I watched cut all the commercials out, so there could have been OnlyFans ads all up and through there. But
damn it,
get the tier 3, Jimmy, just to get the tier 3, pal. That's all it
premium. We gotta go premium. I just really shout out.
Thanks for the cheers.
Yeah, he's saying this Revolution card needs more inspiration. Damn, you guys are funny though.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
My God, I cannot. I'm still reeling from that. Like, are you serious? But anyways, yeah. So Spirit Gun to Austin Gun, then they're sore winners and kick their ass a little bit more, and then they cut a promo. Ricochet cuts a promo. So obviously, if Ricochet cuts a promo, it's a 10 out of 10 from me. Perfect promo. Marina and Ricochet cutting the promos of a lifetime on this show.
But at least the Bang Bang Gang vet is gonna has storyboards for the next year. Because guess who they're going to be fighting next? The Dogs. And we're going to get that sicko storyline that they've been waiting for. Bullet Club. Tony, yeah. It writes itself. Bang Bang Gang against the Dogs. Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. It works.
But the Bang Bang Dogs. That's what you call a freaking porn name, right?
Oh my God, we got a merger. The Bang Dogs.
Well, speaking of half man, half animal, Jungle Jack is in a boiler room somewhere that's all lit up in green.
Why
because it's, you know, we can't put him in a real jungle, so we'll just turn the walls green. And he's, you know, sticking his knife and stuff. More OnlyFans. Just
this man has had a knife for all these weeks, vet. No blood on it. This man has not used the knife. He has ample opportunity.
Get it?
Ricochet slits the man, but no blood, no nothing.
This is more of a screwdriver company, Professor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or a scissors company.
I need scissors too. Normal tools, fine. Actual weapons, no. If you fashion a weapon out of tools like a 2x4 and nails, that's okay. Just a knife, that's so like passe. Why even bother? Why not just bring a rifle?
That's so
Yes, the rifle will work.
Yeah, I want to do that. Somebody should do that. They should just have a rifle, get up in the balcony, shoot their opponent, then run down and pin him. Like, why work hard? Work smart. There you go.
Oh, that would have worked for the press conference. Someone could have shot at Hank.
I don't know why, but I'd kind of laugh at that if that was to happen. But anyway, I'm pretty evil today. Very, very not nice. Very evil.
Yes. So Tony Storm says she's laying on the floor wearing a dress of some description and talking about the circus house.
You sound like a 1940s narrator on those projection screens.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm getting busy, man. Fucking hell.
I sound very nice, very evil.
I guess, yeah.
Watch what you say about me, Professor, or...
Oh, shit. I'm getting Vethausened.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, I'm going to stop laughing. He's fucking funny, man.
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, so she does some Tony Storm promo, whatever. It's RJ City wrote a promo. Next is Lena versus Mina.
The rhyming continues.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jimmy, Lena's an Australian. Do you hate her or not decided?
I haven't decided yet. I need to see more still.
On the fence. What about you, Professor? You like Lena?
She's a woman. She's biologically correct, so I'm cool with it. It's worth the climb.
She's a tall, pretty lady.
Yeah.
Did you notice that she stepped over the top rope like all the 7-footers?
Mm-hmm. Big mommy.
I mean, she really had to pull it down, but she did it.
Well, she does get the win. I mean,
jackhammer.
Yeah.
Again, OnlyFans. Boy, this is a sexually charged show this week.
All these names of these fucking moves. Fucking seriously. But no, really, is this an upset? Do you guys think? Because the thing is, Mina loses a lot, man. I feel.
Mina's the scapegoat for the timeless love bombs. So she has to take the L's. So this way, Tony can still be strong enough in character, strong enough in storyline. So Mina's happy with her role. And then, of course, the payoff will be probably a future AEW Women's Tag Team title run, Jimmy. So don't worry about it. She's
and we're going to get some more OnlyFans content between herself and Tony Storm, right? I mean,
yeah.
HLA. Tier 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, in all seriousness, she's not like losing to nobodies, but
no. Well,
they're trying to get Lena over, so that this one makes sense here. But at least with the visual, you could be like, oh yeah, I could see how this giant woman would win.
Giant woman.
Well, speaking of sexy, we got Andrade in the main event, and we got the Máscara Dorada as his opponent. You get everything that you'd expect, I guess. You get the usual flips. You're gonna get some flips here. You're gonna get the rat selfie. I noticed that Lance Archer's just standing outside the ring, he just has a cast on his arm.
He did, right? From what though? I
don't know. I asked Gemini what the cat, where did he hurt himself, and Gemini did not know. Gemini thought I was referring to his triceps injury from 2023.
Well,
I was like, this was last night, Gemini, and they were like, oh, well, actually, maybe it's maybe he did something on Dynamite on.
Maybe it's a character upgrade. Cowboy Lance Archer now. So, he's paying homage to Cowboy Bob Orton. And then this way, since he doesn't get enough TV time, guys, now we can have Excalibur or Tony Schiavone be like, when did Lance Archer hurt his arm? We don't even remember that. We don't even know if it's real. He's trying to get himself on TV. Subway.
He's going to use the forearm as a freaking finisher now, Prof.
When's the last Lance Archer match, Jimmy? Answer me that question. Don't go to Siri.
Yeah, I'm
gonna need
nobody knows, but he's had several hallway matches. You know, maybe he broke his arm punching an intern or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he injured himself beating up people in the locker room. Those lockers hurt.
Beating up himself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently on the last Dynamite during the schmaz, maybe he did something there. Like, I don't know what. I didn't see it. Granted, I wasn't paying attention. But...
You mean the dangers of the pull-aparts? I did not know that.
Yep, that's right. I mean, Bryan Danielson would have died, but Lance Archer just broke his hand.
Can I confirm something here, fellas? You know what? You say Gemini's a bit whack. Well, I talked to Copilot because I think Copilot's the best AI thing out there for me. And guess what? Great minds think alike because they're thinking back to 2021. Screw you, Copilot.
Damn.
Dummy.
Well, they can't be the best if they're even 2 years off from being 3 years off.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. Freaking
right,
no one knows the truth. It could be
nothing confirmed. Maybe we could reach out to John and ask him to ask. But anyway, yeah. So Andrade does this completely unnecessary thing. Well, maybe it was necessary because this is how they sell it to Dorada that he's got to do a job. This is how they sell it to everybody at CML that, yes, another one of your top stars is going to do a job. So Andrade hits the DM, but like the way, you know how when Kyle Fletcher does the turnbuckle suplex when he tries to kill somebody, you know?
Right.
Yeah, he does that, but the DM on the top turnbuckle. So he kills him with that, and then completely unnecessarily hits him with a regular DM after that to beat him. So there you go. That happens. Here comes Bandito. And then right as he's coming down, who knows what he's going to do, but he's coming down. RPG Vice jumps him. Then here comes Brody. Here comes Swerve. Then those guys fight off, and then Bandito fights back and dives on everybody, and Bandito looking strong as we head into Revolution. So, you know, like the sixth or seventh angle from the top that only came about because, you know, Bandito was like, "Hey, I want to have a fight too." That was the build up to this match, was him saying, "I want to have a fight too," and that's how we go into Revolution. It's our goal to Revolution.
Is it just me? I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm just saying. Is it just me, or is 2026 the year, at least for AEW Collision purposes, mostly this is the most schmaz endings to Collision programming? Like, I don't know how many times we've had schmaz endings in this calendar of the year alone. It's 3 months into 2026, and I'm looking at it as multiple schmaz endings. It's almost like Monday Nitro. Like, we gotta go and shit like that. Is like, it's just getting. I'm not saying it's getting ridiculous. I'm just noticing a pattern. I'm just noticing a pattern. How many nights just keep it. Every
wrestling show has schmazes. Too many to your point, because they don't know how to write out of a angle. Like because you have to, like, you know, but the people at home don't have to worry about that. Like if Tony Schiavone goes, you know, "We gotta go, good night," you know, then that's the end for the TV audience. But the people in the building have to watch everybody just walk on to the back like nothing ever happened, you know? So it's extra corny if you're live, but it's just laziness. It's just they're trying to manufacture excitement because they can't get you invested in characters. They can't get you invested in stories. So they say, well, here's some violence.
Poor Masquerade Dorada had to be a pawn to the schmaz.
Yeah, he probably just rolled out and went to the back as soon as he got pinned. He probably just snuck off. He's like crawling. He's like army crawling up the aisle as RPG Vice is coming down. Whatever. Enough of that crap. You guys want to do some predictions? Let's get this over with. There's like 29 matches on this card. We got to hurry.
Does it have to really be 29 matches for real?
Well, let's just talk about the important matches, Jimmy. That's all. Let's just talk about.
So we're not gonna talk about any of the pre.
No, just talk about the important matches. Let's just condense it as best as we can.
All right, let me get that up actually quickly while we do that.
You're gonna hurt somebody's feelings if their match isn't important.
Well, look, I'll judge if anything's important on the pre-show.
You think Big Boom AJ is going to win with his fat kids?
100%.
Okay, there's one. We already did one. See how easy that was?
Oh, I know. You want to play that way? Now, when I read this shit out, actually, let me just
it definitely makes you not look forward to watching.
Well, look, I'm already tired. I have to wake up earlier to watch this because of daylight savings. The clock changed for you, and my clock's changing for me like sometime next week, which means another extra hour back when shit is live. So, whatever. But anyway, so we got the Blackjack Battle Royale, which is on the pre-show, correct?
Yeah.
We got to give a prediction for that, right? You think? Or
no, because we don't even know who's going to be in it. There's going to be surprises and everything. So it's either Ricochet retains or doesn't.
All right, let's just go to the main
card.
Jack
Perry is in it. I'm going to go with Jack Perry's in it, and he's going to win in his hometown for his father.
Is he in it?
Yeah,
with a knife.
With a knife.
He'll stab every 20 other guys, and he'll stab them all in the back and throw them over.
Mm-hmm.
It's legal. There's nowhere in the rule book it says you can't bring a knife in the battle royal. At least not in AEW.
That's true. Well, this match is kind of important because it is a championship match. It is Willow Nightingale, your champion, your TNT Women's Champion, versus Lena Cross. Now, Prof, does Lena have a chance or
She cannot handle the most dangerous person in AEW right now. She's third behind Kyle Fletcher and Mike Bailey. So, you know, something's going to happen. I'm predicting the next. Nah, I'm just playing. But Will is going to retain.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. We'll gloss over Boom, Boom, and Doom, whatever the fuck them. But let's get into the main card because it's MJF, and I'm just going by the order I'm reading. Mm-hmm. I'm sure this will be the main event, but whatever. It's MJF, your World Heavyweight Champion, your AEW Champion, that is, versus Hangman Adam Page in a last chance Texas death match for the AEW World Championship. Now, say that fast 20 times, Prof. I dare you. No, who's winning that? Is MJF retaining or is Hangman Adam Page got a hot shot his belt right back to himself?
I look at it as MJF is winning, but I also see that Swerve, the most dangerous man, in quotes, in AEW is going to cost Hangman that opportunity. So this way, that story will percolate more into the summer.
I agree with that. That's quite true. But yeah, I agree. MJF will retain, of course. But next, it is FTR versus the Young Bucks in Matt and Nick Jackson for your AEW World Tag Team Championships. I hate to say this, Prof, but I'm sorry because it's the Bucks, and I can't stand all four of these guys right now. But I think the Bucks are going to become your new tag team champions.
That's what they want you to think. That's what everybody wants you to believe. But Vet knows this with the years of astute storytelling that he knows. No. But Vet knows this.
Especially by the Bucks, their storytelling.
Everybody thinks the Bucks is going to win, and this is going to be a celebratory thing. But the Bucks has long past their time. They're in their minds, Jimmy. They're thinking they're giving back to the people. So what they expect them to win it, they will allow in their minds. They will allow FTR to keep going on with this title reign. FTR will retain the titles and to behold the legacy of the greatest tag team.
Okay, interesting. Oh, you know what? Maybe the Don Callis family will get involved and have the Bucks lose even for, you know. So
there's no reason to have the Don Callis family involved with this.
I know, but it's AEW. They probably will do something.
Well, if you're saying that with the Kenny Omega dynamic, yeah, I could go with that, but I don't see it.
No, he's not going to be there though. He's playing Street Fighter, right? He'd rather be playing Street Fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Than be Revolution. Which I don't blame him.
All Excalibur has to do is remind you why. That's all it is. He doesn't have to be there. Keep moving along, Favette. Keep moving along, Jimmy Favette.
I am. As a matter of fact, let's go next.
He needs to worry about himself. He's passing out mid-sentence here.
No, I'm not. Stop it. Anyway, it's a no time limit match for the AEW Continental Championship in John Moxley, your champion, versus Konosuke Takeshita. Who's winning that match, Prof? Is it Takeshita or is it Moxley continuing on his reign of terror as the people's champion?
Now, the only thing I have a question is, even though the Continental rules is 20 minutes, guys, and no one's
no time here, buddy.
Right, no time limit here. But does the Continental rule still with the tradition? Nobody interferes. Is Don Callis?
I believe so. They
So,
haven't said anything otherwise. They only said no time limits.
See, this is a tricky one, man, because you need storyline here. I need Don Callis to fuck this match up, so this way it makes it easier for Takeshita to leave the Don Callis
They
family.
screwed it up, Prof.
It's
You know
a
what?
screw
I
up.
know
That's
what.
what I'm saying.
They screwed it, bro.
I need Don Callis to be on commentary, and then it works for what I want. I need for Moxley to retain. I need Don Callis to be on commentary. That's the way it works. And then Don Callis does something. Maybe he causes Takeshita to do. He breaks the tradition, and then he has to call it's a disqualification or something like that. But Don Callis has got to ruin Takeshita's moment in the sun to become the new Continental Champion. I just see Moxley retaining, but I need storyline for it. Not just a basic John Moxley wins with a paradigm shift. It just makes us really weak.
Well, unfortunately, the latter is gonna fucking happen. That's all that's gonna happen. Moxley wins via his stupid move, and that's it. Game over.
Unless he doesn't.
Unless he doesn't.
Unless
right.
Takeshita goes over with the raging fire, clean.
Nah, that's not happening. I just don't see it happening. But who knows? Maybe
Jimmy, it could add a very interesting You know what? I actually didn't. That makes a good point. Takeshita could win, right? Has the Continental belt, and then you can actually start those let's say those looks between himself and Okada. I got your belt, you didn't have it. So I think that's where Vet's going with. I'm gonna go with Vet.
And more importantly, then John Moxley can go to Ring of Honor and challenge for the Pure Rules Championship, but say something like, but I want unlimited rope breaks or whatever, you know.
You're gonna
make me be mad that I have a tier 3 premium membership for this my AEW. If I gotta watch,
you're officially now, Prof.
Yeah, I am. I gotta watch them on Ring of Honor.
Get your money's worth.
Yep.
Yeah. But do you get your money's worth? That's the thing. But anyway, I don't worry. I'm going to be a sicko too this week, Prof. So I'm going to be with you. But anyway, so who was your pick?
Vet changed my mind. I think Takeshita wins because I think the storyline will be more about Takeshita and Okada holding the belts.
You fall for the same trap every time, Prof. This is why I get it over you in these predictions. AEW don't do stories, all right? Come on. They just
positive spin, Jimmy. Positive spin. It could happen. Tony is listening. He has Don Stevens listens to us and then relays the message, and Tony deciphers. Maybe I'll use it.
It's true. Usually 6 months later, like after everyone's forgotten.
Yep.
Exactly. I don't buy it one bit. So anyway, Moxley for me, Takeshita for Prof. And that leads us to the 7th match of the evening. Jesus, way too many matches. It is Andrade El Idolo with Don Callis, of course, versus Bandito in just a singles match. I'm sure it'll get more single-easy or violent. Who cares? But anyway, Andrade for me.
Bandito for me.
Wow, really? Okay. You're going to get that one so wrong, by the way.
Tiebreaker, Andrade by me.
There you go. So that means I win. Anyway, number 8, Brody King versus Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana in another singles match. That I don't understand. They've gone backwards. We've had choking. We've had nearly murders, and we're going to a single match.
No dog collar match. Nothing.
Yeah, this should have been a dog collar match. It would have made sense, but I don't know. It's a singles match. So in saying that, of course, Mr. Strickland will get the win. There's no chance in hell Brody gets the win. Surely, right, Prof?
I'm gonna go with Brody by DQ because of the plastic chain spot.
And it snaps around his neck because he's a dog.
Right. Attempted murder.
Yeah. I hate this.
And then Clark Connors comes in and says, "That's my dog for real."
And he starts walking him like a dog.
Yeah.
I hate this because it's a singles match.
That's another OnlyFans tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A bear being walked like a dog.
God.
No, but really, how do you book all these violence and then it leads to a singles match? I will never understand.
Because Jimmy.
Because AEW,
how many years has this company existed?
I know exactly. That's why I'm saying,
Jimmy.
Yeah, I know.
Jimmy, we got 12 matches. Anyway. We got 12 matches, Jimmy. At least 7 of them, there's going to be blood spots. I'm going to say 7 matches going to have blood spots.
That's an understatement, but you're right.
Yeah, that's your prop. That's your prop bet.
Yeah.
And there's actually 13 matches as Prof, not 12.
Oh, no.
13. Yeah.
Jesus.
One extra. So
Mhm.
anyway, you're going with Brody King via disqualification. I'll still say Swerve wins over here. Match number 9. It is for your AEW Women's World Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And that's between Tekla, your champion, and Statlander, the challenger. I'm going to stick with Tekla, but I'm not happy about it. Prof?
I agree with you. I agree. Tekla is going to win it.
And because of the nature of this match, that makes it 15 matches total on the card.
Oh, and it's
the truth. It's going to go to 3 falls. It's definitely going to go to 3 falls.
I'm going to fall asleep to this, Prof, but I might as well, since I've got a week to watch it, it'll save me. But anyway, way too many matches. Let's go to match number 10, though. It is the Don Callis family in Kazuchika Okada and Cole Fletcher. What was the name? Oh, Mark Davis. What would you call him again, Prof? I mean, not Prof, Vet.
Mark Davis?
No, the Okada and Fletcher group pairing.
Oh, Ozzy Okada?
There we go. Ozzy Okada. Oi, oi, oi. Versus Mystico and Jet Speed. The Jet Kevin Knight and, of course, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Mr.
I'm going to go with the Don Callis family here.
Get it right. Mr. Cock, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sir Cock and Snippy. Snippy Speedball.
now see this. Now I'll be honest, because Vet changed my mind. Now this is placement, guys, because it depends on the continental thing. Because if Takeshita comes up small here in his match against Moxley, Jimmy, there's the only thing. It's placement. It's placement.
Right.
See only things. But if he comes up small, it depends on the placement. If the continental match is first, right, Jimmy, and then the trios match is later on in the night, you could fuck up this match, and Takeshita could fuck up the trios titles for the Don Callis family, and we could have Mr. Cock could be the new champions. I'm going to go with you, and I think the Don Callis family will win, but I'm just putting a caveat there for the Haminites. The placement of this match in conjunction with the kind of, again, I'm sorry, I try to tell stories, Tony. I'm trying to tell you a story.
You know, this is bullshit.
I know it is.
Talk.
But again, it's just
put
like
your friggin' your crazy head on, Prof.
But it's like you said, Jimmy, I love this. I'm just trying to help it. And Ben even agrees with me, even though the story might be so minuscule.
He knows deep down that's a load of friggin' cocks. All right.
I know Ben knows it's a load of crap, but I'm paying tier 3 for this.
And you ain't done know it too, Prof, because you know it too.
I know it, but I'm paying tier 3. I want to get my money's worth, damn it. But I'm going with you. Don Callis family should retain it. But for me, I'm just putting the caveat out there. Placement of the matches, you can incorporate stories.
You can, but not in AEW, it seems. But anyway, that leads us to match 11. We're both going with Don Callis, by the way, familiar for match number 10. That leads us to match number 11, and it's just an everyday singles match, yet everyone is banned from ringside. That's the stipulation. In Timeless, Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir. If Marina Shafir doesn't win this match, I'll be pissed. So I'm going to stick with Marina to win this. She needs that big, big win right now to get her way over the line in terms of over for herself. She needs this win. She needs to win it, man. If they're going to stay in this course, the way they're pushing Marina, she's got to beat the shit out of Tony Storm. Do you agree, Prof?
I agree 100. What I've been saying for weeks. I said, give Marina the TBS title. She needs a statement victory. This would be a statement victory. I would put the mother's milk on Tony Storm and choke her out and leave her laying. And you know how last year in Revolution, how Mariah May was like laying like as goodbye. You mother's milk her to death, and Tony could be written off TV for weeks.
Too much sexual innuendos.
This is the sexiest episode ever.
Yeah.
I'm just. It's the name of the move. They call it.
It is.
Yeah,
it's true.
And it's a name of a fetish and a tier.
It's a climax. Anyway, now this is weird. We get more women at match number 12. It is the Babes of Wrath. I'm sure this is not going to be the lineup exactly the way I'm saying it, but I'm just reading it out. The Babes of Wrath in Haley Cameron and Willow Nightingale once again, versus Megan Bain and Lena Cross. Could we get an upset here, Prof? Because obviously Willow Nightingale has to wrestle, in a TBS Women's Championship match. Is there a possibility that Megan Bain and Lena Cross become your new tag team champions, or am I thinking way too deep and AEW will not do that?
No, I think you're right. I think you give Meg. It's more about Megan getting this belt, not about.
I agree.
So the
Sure.
so the 6-7 caveat here is let Megan and Lena be the World Tag Team Champions. Let Willow retain her TBS title. So I could go with that. Give a 1-for-1 there.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll get new women's tag champs for sure. Or we're gonna be way off, but we'll see. And that leads us to match number 13. Lucky last. It is Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong versus the Dogs in David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. Jeez, that's a trios I cannot stand at all. And it's a tornado trios match, which means it's going to be absolute crap. And I'm confused again. Why do these guys get a tornado trios match yet Swerve and the other big dog get a normal singles match? I'm confused.
Tony selects and chooses the level of violence. Remember that. Matchmaking.
Is that how it works? I see. Okay, well, anyway, this one's a bit of a harder one. Who's going to win this match?
I'm not going to say I'm not even going to repeat what you just said there. That's a tier 3.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Like that. So, that's for the tier 3.
It could be a tier 6 or 7, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's bad.
Yeah. You know what? They've had this match for the last month, like 5 straight weeks, or it felt like to me. If it wasn't a singles match between a dog and one of the conglomeration plus Darby Allin, it's been on for so. I'm not gonna say it's been on for so long, but they were telling stories with the matches and the wins and shit like that. Right. So, I mean, how would you neuter the dogs here? I think one of the comments said the dog's gonna get neutered. No, yeah. Why are you gonna derail the momentum of the dogs? The dogs should come out on top.
Counterpoint. How are you going to derail the momentum of the freshly conglomerated Roderick Strong? Yeah. I think that brings it back up to like a pick 'em again because, the people have been waiting for this,
Counterpoint, Vet. This could all be a dog swerve and strong becomes a strong dog.
Strong dog.
Strong dog.
So the plan was like, okay, come out, kick our asses, pretend to join them, and then we get a match at the pay-per-view, hoping Tony Khan actually books a match at the pay-per-view and doesn't just forget about us. Mm-hmm. And then at the pay-per-view, we'll have a match. And then at the end, after you kicked our ass for a few more minutes, then you turn on your friends and join us. It's worth an ass kicking. It's worth 2 ass kickings.
Roderick Strong did this at NXT TakeOver. Let's not forget this. I'm a sicko. He betrayed Pete Dunne for the tag team titles.
True. It's true. Well, we'll see what happens there. But for me, oh man, this is like a bit of a hard one. But I think Darby Orange and Roderick Strong should win. I think. I don't like this version of anyway, look, whatever it is, I hope the dogs stop barking, and I can't stand David Finlay anyway. Screw him. Let alone Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd. But so I'm sticking with Darby and the boys to win that match, and that's the end, I guess, Prof. We'll see what happens. Who's going to get it right? I don't know, but we'll find out.
Oh, no, I already know I already got like 5 wrong here, minimum right now.
I'll probably have 2. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh,
like
no.
I'm trying to book for stories, but like I said, y'all keep reminding me they don't do stories. So, again, I have certain caveats, the placements. Again, Tony, listen, I know you watching this. You are watching the Wreckage. You're watching us. We're trying to help because we love wrestling, like Jimmy said earlier.
We do. We want to love it, actually, but it is what it is. Well, in saying that, boys, I think it's time to take it home. We've given the audience a good 2 hours and 13 minutes, so I'm ready to take it home. Vet, tell them what you're doing, what you're up to. I know we've got a Twitch plan. I'll talk to you about that off the air, about that. But anyway, all right. Tell them what's up, man.
At Opinion Haver on all your favorite social media platforms, including Twitch. You're all welcome to at me, as they say, or whatever. And you're going to want to check out the Impact Attack. As we record this, it's tomorrow, but tomorrow would be Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern with Brandon, where we talk about total nonstop action wrestling. And if you think AEW is bad, oh man, don't watch TNA. For the love of God. But watch us talk about it right in the middle of Monday Night Raw. And check out the Next Level Wrestling review every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, but usually with Big Ray. But this week, it's Jimmy T.
No sleep, Jimmy. No sleep, Jimmy.
That's right.
Jimmy, man. Not till
Who has time? You can sleep when you're dead. You can watch NXT and talk about it with me. And that's going to be, like I said, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And check out Wrestling with Rip Rogers, of course, at the concrete time of noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. This past week, we had the real, no offense, you know I love Ricochet, so I don't say this lightly, but the real NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Mike Mondo, was on as a guest. Wonderful. Obviously, I've said this before, but these Rip Rogers and Mike Mondo are the guys that built the vet, basically. Without them two, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you all. So please go check that out and show them some love like you would to Ricochet. Check out the Stevie Richards show. Stevie Richards is dangerously close to getting his foot in the video game waters. He may not be ready. He may drown in a shallow pool because he did a test stream of 2K26 and it did not go well. And I'm not talking about the stream quality. That was perfect. I'm talking about his enthusiasm for the new game. So check out the Stevie Richards show for more updates on that. And check out Timmy Baltimore's Limpin' Ain't Easy. Nothing to report to lately, but that's why you like, subscribe, notification bell on Timmy and everybody, so that you could be the first person to know when there's fresh new content dropping.
Yeah, there we go. I found it. I thought it was taken away, but yeah, Limpin' Ain't Easy with Timmy Baltimore. He hasn't had a show lately, has he?
Yeah, maybe there's one today dropping. I'm not sure, but just like I said, just click that notification bell and you will be notified the instant content is available.
Wow, nice. Prof, what are you up to? What are you doing? And tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the Twitter at PWSOPRF. That's PWSOProf. And subscribe. Tell a friend to subscribe to the Pro Wrestling Reflection YouTube page. We just dropped an episode, Greatest Rivalries, or as I like to call it, the Greatest Rivalries Untapped Potential Edition, between the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard versus the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. So, just subscribe to that, and we'll be on the hiatus.
AKA OnlyFans for FTR.
And we'll be on hiatus for about a week because executive producer extraordinaire Big Ray is enjoying his birthday vacation with his wife. So, we'll be back probably in 2 weeks. So, but subscribe and tell a friend to subscribe to the Pro Wrestling Reflection YouTube channel with myself and the Tommy Wonder.
Yeah, nice, Prof. Very nice indeed. As far as I go, you can find me this Tuesday, as a matter of fact, on This Week in WWE, right here. There we go. With myself and R to the B to the V, talking all things strictly WWE, including news and everything. We don't even bring up AEW or any other promotion. It is strictly WWE. So check that out this Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And on the same day, you can even hit Hitting the Marks, where it's going to be Jargo and RBV. It's RBV Tuesday, as he likes to call it these days, where you get double the fun with RBV, not just with me, but also with Dr. Michael Jargo, for Hitting the Marks at 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday as well. So look out for that one. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. You already mentioned, of course, the Next Level podcast with me in the vet, not Ray in the vet this week. So look out for that this week, of course. And yeah, I think that's about it. So in saying that, if you want to follow me, you can at the PWC Network. And we're out. Till next time, I am Jimmy T. He is the vet, Jamie Williams, and he is the magnanimous and glorious Professor Chabelo Vera Cruz. And you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage.
Boing.
Tier
and
69.
we'll also have the Revolution review show next week right here on the same channel for the Wreckage. So look out for that. In saying that, peace out. Thank you to everyone that joined us, and we'll see you soon. See you.